CN Tower in downtown Toronto. Cloud covered, but no fear. The roof is closed. It's Game 3 of the three-game series between the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, certainly to begin this year, Jon Lester was on a mission to improve last year's numbers, and he wanted to start off very well. Had to face the Bronx Bombers on opening day, and he did perform well. In a 5-inning outing for Jon Lester against the Yankees, he gave up 5 hits and only 2 runs. He would walk 2 and strike out 7 along the way. It was his 3rd straight opening day start, and he got it off to a very good start to start the season for the Red Sox in New York. As we welcome in Jerry Remy. Jerry, we have now seen all the starters once. Your thoughts so far on the rotation first time through?
Well, I think it's been very good, Don. I think that John Farrell has to be very pleased with what he's seen from his starters. Unfortunately, he had the injury yesterday to John Lackey, and we still don't know how bad that's going to be. But when you look at the starts for the starting pitchers, Jon Lester, of course, in that Yankee game going 5 innings, 7 innings for Clay Buchholz. I guess if there's one area that Farrell would like to see different, he'd like to see these guys go a little bit deeper in games. Dempster, Dubron going 5+, and of course Lackey coming out because of the injury. But all in all, he's been very pleased with the starts from these 5 starting pitchers. The first time through, he would just like to see more innings out of them.
Well, of the $42 million that the Blue Jays added in salary, one of those guys, the National League Cy Young Award winner R.A. Dickey, gets a start today against the Red Sox. He's not faced the Red Sox in 3 years, but is 2-1 in his career against Boston. Last year, of course, 20 wins. He worked 232 and 2/3 innings pitched with a 2.73 earned run average, a first-time All-Star, and the first time a knuckleballer has won the Cy Young Award. So the Red Sox have a tall task against him today. He did lose in his first outing against the Cleveland Indians. Well, today, Daniel Nava will be at first base for the Red Sox. A little different-looking lineup for Boston. The final game of the road trip is coming your way next.
Motor Trend asked people who aren't driving a Ford to take the EcoBoost Challenge. Ford Escape with EcoBoost technology took on Honda and Toyota.
This is a lot of fun to drive.
That's the EcoBoost. I feel the power behind the Escape. Woo! 33 miles per gallon. That's crazy.
That's more than my little car.
I like the way the Escape drives better than the RAV4.
Sorry, Honda. Step up your game.
Lease an all-wheel drive Escape with EcoBoost power for $179, or buy Escape with $2,000 cash back.
Appreciate it, man. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
This one goes out to a couple friends of mine.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Is saving money better than not saving money?
Yeah!
Okay, if you save enough money, what would you do with it?
I would buy an island made out of candy.
An island made out of candy?
It would be like sand full of sugar.
Sand full of sugar?
The water can be made out of like soda. When you take a shower, it can be made out of like hot fudge.
Ooh.
What about the animals? What would they be made out of?
I'm assuming they'd be made out of candy.
It's not complicated. Saving is better. Switch to AT&T, and your family can save up to $100 a month with Mobile Share.
Closed captioning for Red Sox baseball on Nesson is provided by Finagle a Bagel. Finagle a Bagel, all natural, kettle boiled, and hand-baked in rotary ovens. Available in Finagle's Boston area cafes and in grocery stores throughout Red Sox Nation. Nesson's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines, Dunkin' Donuts, and by Toyota's official website for deals via toyota.com. Well, the final game of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, the last game of the road trip for the Red Sox as we send it down to Jenny Dell for more.
Thank you, Don. And with this win today, it'll be the first time that the Red Sox won the first 2 series since 2006. I asked manager Jon Farrell about what that could do for the team and for this season, and he said he's not trying to put too much emphasis on the first few games, but to win 2 series on the roads, not a defining moment, but could create a large impact. Mike Napoli agreed with that. He said it's simple. Our goal is to win every series, but this could set a serious tone for this season.
Well, the Red Sox with a chance here to go over 500 on this road trip and get off to a very good start. And no matter what happens here today, they're off to a better start than each of the last 2 years. Of course, going 0-6 in 2011 and 2012 to begin the year on the road, as they do for the third straight season, opening up in Texas 2 years ago, Detroit last year, and of course New York this season. An opening day at Fenway Park tomorrow afternoon, and the Red Sox very much like to finish up this road trip on a good note.
Yeah, you know, it's already been a good trip, as you mentioned, Don, for the Red Sox, and the win today would kind of cap that off, and it makes going home a lot easier. You're always anxious to play that first game at Fenway Park. You want to be received well as a ball club by the fans. You want to be received well as an individual by the fans, and of course, the better you play in the opening couple of series before you go home, the better the reaction is at Fenway Park.
Well, the Jays take the field today for the finale. So let's check out the Red Sox batting order today. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off in center field with Shane Victorino in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base, batting third as he has this season all year so far. Mike Napoli is the DH. Will Middlebrooks at third base with Daniel Nava getting his first start at first base. He worked so hard during the spring, and he's at first today. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching. Jackie Bradley Jr. in left field bats eighth, with Jose Iglesias at shortstop batting ninth. Red Sox today dealing with R.A. Dickey, last year's National League Cy Young Award winner and 20-game winner. Did take the loss last time out against Cleveland on opening day, giving up 4 runs, 3 were earned through 104 pitches, and throws that knuckleballer a little bit harder than Tim Wakefield did in the past. It'll be fun to watch him today.
The defense today for Toronto Blue Jays, they've made 6 errors in their 5 games. Mark DeRosa will be at third base. Jose Reyes, the shortstop. Mysurus Torres at second. And Edwin Encarnacion at first base. Left to right, Melky Cabrera, Emilio Bonifacio, and Rajay Davis. And Henry Blanco does the catching. His first start catching R.A. Dickey.
Umpiring crew here today. Bob Davidson's got the play calling the balls and strikes. Jim Reynolds at first base. James Hoy at second. And John Hirschbeck is the umpire at third. Today's game is available in Spanish by pressing the SAP button on your television remote.
Buenas tardes, amigos. No, enjoy the game?
No, it wasn't on the card, so I didn't read it.
Oh, that's why I was waiting.
No, there was a delay. Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off. Ellsbury waiting the first pitch, and there it is. Strike one, and we are underway. All right, Dickey, the fabulous season last year, logged a lot of innings, 232 2/3 last year. The one pitch is lined up over Reyes and into left center field on the artificial surface, quickly through to the track of the wall. Ellsbury is going to stop at second base and pull it up with a leadoff double to get the game started.
Jacoby Ellsbury had a double back in the first inning in the ball game yesterday. Gets the knuckleball from Dickey and a line shot up over the head of Jose Reyes. So it's just like yesterday. The Red Sox have a man at second base and nobody out. Let's hope the offense clicks a little better today than it did a day ago.
Red Sox left him at third base in the first inning in yesterday's game. He's at second base with nobody out for Shane Victorino. And the bunt bid is fouled at the dish.
Don, you talked a little bit earlier about R.A. Dickey and the fact that Wakefield's knuckleball would be in the 50s. Dickey, he's in the mid-70s with the knuckleball. Also throws the fastball.
Lead off second base for Ellsbury. Seems as some guys push it, other guys kind of throw it, and he more throws it, and the velocity, as you mentioned, much higher.
Well, you see the lack of rotation right there on the seams of the baseball with the knuckleball. He's very quick to home plate. I asked John Farrell this morning about the possibility of trying to steal on Dickey. He said one of the problems with Dickey, he gets the ball to home plate in 1.2 seconds, and that's very, very quick. So it's tough to get a jump, but they will still take chances with him because of the knuckleball.
There's ahead of Victorino, 1-2. And that's inside, 2-2. 7 for 22 to start his career in a Red Sox uniform at 318, and this thing almost danced into him. Line to center field, and that's in for a base hit. Ellsbury will be stopped at third. He pulls it up, and the throw is cut off. He was ready to come home and score, but Butterfield well down the line holds him up. And nobody out, not willing to take the chance.
That was a good job out in the outfield by Bonifacio to put a good charge on this ball, and that's going to make them hold Jacoby Ellsbury at third base. Ellsbury coming around that bag hard like he was going to get home, but then right at the last minute, Butterfield put up the stop sign. Look how far down the line Brian Butterfield is to put the brakes on Jacoby Ellsbury, and with nobody out, you don't want to take that chance of being thrown out at home plate.
So first and third, nobody out, and a throw to first, and very close, but Victorino just back. Did not appear to be ready for that throw over to first base. He was working on the glove of his base stealing gloves as Dickey now comes home, and a swing and a miss for Pedroia. Dustin 7 for 22 to begin the year at .318. Ellsbury with a double, Victorino a single, first and third, nobody out. 0-2.
You can clearly see the difference between the knuckleball of Dickey and Wakefield. Just more velocity. A much harder knuckleball. Tim's more of a floater.
2-1 in his career against Boston with a 4.09 earned run average. 0-2 is fouled off to the right. Pedroia 1 for 5 in his career against R.A. Dickey coming into this at bat. Mike Napoli waiting on deck. Red Sox trying to do damage in the first inning. Ellsbury at third. Victorino across the diamond at first. Pedroia will send it into right field, a base hit. Jacoby Ellsbury scores, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. 3 straight hits to begin the ball game, and Boston strikes first.
An excellent two-strike hitting there by Pedroia, really concentrating on just making contact and moving that ball the other way. Once again, it's a knuckleball. It's down, it's away, and Pedroia goes to the opposite field with it for the base hit and the RBI, his third RBI of the season.
Well, the Red Sox in the first 2 games of the series 2 for 24 with runners in scoring position. Keep in mind they've won one of those 2 games, and today already 2 for 2 in that category. Now Napoli bats with runners at first and second as he takes a look at ball 1. Napoli 3 for 23 to start the season. 1 for 130 the batting average coming in. All of last season, R.A. Dickey allowed only 4 earned runs. And he's given up a run here in the first inning in this final game of the series. Took the loss on opening day against Cleveland, 4-1. As he worked 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. He did walk 4 batters in that opening game. That's a strike, and looking back is Napoli trying to figure out where that was.
And Napoli thought that ball was high and in, but it did eventually pick up the top of the strike zone.
He's given up 3 hits in his first inning. Last year gave up only 13 first inning hits all year. Napoli will pop it up foul, and that'll get back out of play. On deck, Will Middlebrooks. Red Sox batting here in the top half of the first inning, already on top 1-0. Another foul off to the right. Red Sox with 24 runs scored already on the season, and 12 of them have come in the first 3 innings. They've got off to very good starts, especially in the Yankee series. And Ellsbury got it started today. A double and a run scored here in the first inning. This is to left, and back goes Cabrera. Can't get it. It's by him to the track on the wall. Victorino races around. He will score. Pedroia is behind him. No throw, and the Red Sox take a 3-0 lead. Looked like Cabrera was going to get there, but can't make the catch. It's by him to the track on the wall. And 2 more runs score for the Red Sox. A good start today.
Yeah, Cabrera got a terrible jump out there in left field on that line drive by Napoli. It looked like one that he was going to be able to make a play on, but he just did not get a very good jump and was not very quick getting back after it. Over his head it goes. Napoli with the double to drive in 2 runs. He picks up his 4th and 5th RBI. Red Sox still have nobody out in the inning.
Now Middlebrooks will drive one down the right field line. Rajay Davis on the run, but that ball is gone. Home run for Will Middlebrooks the other way. A 2-run shot, and the Red Sox have a 5-0 lead against last year's Cy Young Award winner.
Well, a good example right there of Middlebrooks' opposite field power. Trying to stay back on the knuckleball as long as possible. Does so and takes it to the opposite field for the 2-run home run. I'm not sure that was a knuckleball. That looked like it might have been a fastball. That's why it got back on Middlebrooks a little bit, but he still shows enough power to get it out of the ballpark. That looked like a fastball that time.
Well, we have seen it before as far as Tim Wakefield went and other knuckleballs. You can all of a sudden find it, and that's what the Blue Jays are hoping he does. Hess and Hess Express, proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2013 season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run by the Red Sox. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Will Middlebrooks gets his 2nd round tripper of the year. This is a fly ball out to left field off the bat, and Nava struck well. Cabrera going back onto the track to make the catch. But another ball hit well.
Tell you what, Melky Cabrera might do himself some good if he backs up a little bit, because he's had a long way to go for a couple of these fly balls. Nava gets the knuckleball, takes it deep to the opposite field, but Cabrera able to get under this one. It was hit high enough for him to get back to the fence and make the catch.
So just the first out of the inning. Here's Saltalamacchia, and he takes strike 1. Jared 3 for 11 to start the year at 273. And he hits this well to right. Davis going back onto the track to make the catch. There's some rockets being hit in this first inning off R.A. Dickey.
Yeah, there has been no fooling Red Sox hitters here in the first inning. You look at everybody, they've hit the ball hard against Dickey. Knuckleball going away that time from Saltalamacchia.
And Jackie Bradley Jr. now gets a chance. 8th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the top half of the first inning. 3 for 17 to begin his major league career. Down on the count, 1-2. Mentioned 4 earned runs allowed in the first inning all last year for Dickey, and he gives up 5 in this first inning. So the Red Sox at a 5 spot, and Will Middlebrooks, an opposite field home run, is 2nd of the year.
The Southwest Airlines nationwide sale lets you go from working hard to hardly working. Big sales that help you get away. That's how we fly. Act now to grab flights all over the country as low as $59 one way. These fares won't last long, so hurry and book now only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
If we can't sell these kids on our coffee, we should get out of this business.
Right. Hey, kids. Bet you we could save you money on Green Mountain Coffee.
Bet you can't.
Bet you we have more flavors.
Bet you don't.
Well,
we'll definitely give you better service.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, Mama.
Who but W.B. Mason?
What if Usain Bolt had a twice as fast brother? Insane Bolt. Yes, insane. And what if Insane represented Xfinity's twice as fast movie downloads, twice as fast TV streaming, twice as fast connecting and chatting?
Insane! You're insane!
You're crazy, Bob. Xfinity Internet. We've doubled our speeds. The fastest just got faster.
Will Middlebrooks with a 2-run home run. The Red Sox with a 5-run start on top 5-0. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, let's check out the Blue Jays batting order. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Jose Reyes been on fire in the series. Great beginning to the year. Leads it off at shortstop. Rajai Davis in right field bats second with Melky Cabrera in left. Edwin Encarnacion at first base. In the cleanup spot, J.P. Arancibia, the DH. Still no Jose Bautista out of the lineup again today. Mark DeRosa's at third base with Meiser Turris, the former Angel, at second base. Henry Blanco makes his first appearance of the series doing the catching, and Emilio Bonifacio moves from second base to center. Jon Lester got the season off well as the starting pitcher is brought to you by Verizon. Against the Yankees, 5 innings, 2 runs, and threw 96 pitches on opening day. Jose Reyes takes strike one. Reyes has been explosive in this series. 8 for 19 to begin the year at .421. On the ground, couple of hops to Pedroia. Reyes retired.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They have not made an error in the 5 games they've played. Will Middlebrooks at third base. Jose Iglesias, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. Daniel Nava, the first baseman. Left to right, Jackie Bradley Jr., Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino. And Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Jon Lester.
One down here in the first inning. Rajai Davis, the batter. Davis back in right field again. Jose Bautista, they thought he might play on Friday, thought he might play on Saturday. Was limbering up a lot of the game, was going to appear as a pinch hitter at some point yesterday. That didn't happen, and today, not in the lineup again. So he jammed his ankle against the Cleveland Indians on Thursday night. And apparently is no better as he is unable to go today once again. So Rajai Davis it is, the speedster in right field. Off to a 3-for-8 start. He's only playing time has come in this 3-game series against the Red Sox. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Well, certainly the story of yesterday. Today's quote of the day is presented by Geico, and it's from Sox starter John Lackey, scheduled to go and undergo an MRI on his right arm today back in Boston. And he, as well as everyone else in New England, hoping for the best. Tests they ran on me here look pretty good, so hopefully we can get a picture of it. And it's nothing too crazy. It got better when I got inside. It kind of loosened up, and he had that test before the game today, and hopefully we'll have some sort of report either during the game today or after the game today. And Jerry, I know you spoke with him yesterday.
I saw him in the lobby after the game, and he was pretty sore and obviously down about what happened, but didn't feel like it was an elbow problem. Felt like it was more like a bicep problem. We just don't know how serious that is right now. So we wish him the best. We hope that it is just the bicep and nothing to do with that repaired elbow that he's had.
And hopefully just a cramping type sensation, as he mentioned, and nothing more, but certainly thoughts go out to him after he worked so hard to get back. 1-1 is on the ground to short. Iglesias gobbles it up, and nice first inning for Jon Lester. 1-2-3 first. It's 5-0. Red Sox have the lead. Iglesias will lead it off.
Prepare for the one must-see event. This is not just a concert.
This is Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, out there, one night only, July 9th, Fenway Park. Tickets are on sale now. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com or RedSox.com. Produced by Live Nation in association with Martial Arts and NPL.
Is there anybody out there?
No problem. When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Spring is here, warm weather, and you need a new set of tires. Town Fair Tire has the best deal anywhere. That's right, we beat them all. Online price, we beat it. Buy 3, get 1 free, we beat it. Buy 2, get 1 free, we beat that too. And rebates? We'll match any competitor's rebate. For the best price on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, the Red Sox off to a quick 5-0 lead against R.A. Dickey here this afternoon. And I'll tell you, the Red Sox were really swinging the bat in the first inning. Ellsbury, Victorino, Pedroia to the opposite field. Napoli up over the head of Cabrera. And Middlebrooks with the opposite field home run. The Red Sox put 5 on the board in the first.
Well, Jose Iglesias, the only member of the Red Sox not to bat in that first inning, has to jump back out of the way. Well, like Tim Wakefield, R.A. Dickey can find it in a hurry, and oftentimes as a manager it puts you in a very tough situation because you always can lose it very quickly too, as we've seen in the past. You just never know. Getting pitch to pitch, and he could settle down and go the rest of the game, although he had to throw 28 first inning pitches. This one grounded foul. No one at any point has been warming yet in the Blue Jays bullpen. As mentioned last year, in the first inning, 4 earned runs allowed all year. 5 earned today in his second start in the Blue Jays uniform. Iglesias takes the strike, and it's 2-2. On the ground, Reyes to his right, slings it to first, but it'll be late. Iglesias beating it out at first base.
Good hustle down that line by Jose Iglesias. Reyes thought he had plenty of time to get him. He'll go to his right a couple of steps. But you see Iglesias getting down the line as hard as he can, and he beats it. There's Reyes coming up with it. The quick release to first base, but not in time.
So lead runner on for the Red Sox. Second straight inning that's happened, and there's Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury with a double to get it all started in the first inning. Red Sox have not seen R.A. Dickey in a start since July 22nd of 2008. That was at Seattle when he was a member of the Mariners. To make a relief appearance in 2009 against Boston. Looking at the big leagues as a member of the Texas Rangers back in 2001. Time in Texas, Seattle, Minnesota, and the last 3 years as a member of the New York Mets. This one fouled off to the left, and it's 1-2.
You can see how quick R.A. Dickey is to home plate. As I mentioned, about 1.2, and that is very, very difficult to get any kind of jump on. Which, if you run, you hope it's a knuckleball that's dropped by the catcher.
Here's a pop-up left side. Mark DeRosa. 1 out in the inning. Well, tomorrow morning on the Dennis and Callahan Show, DNC will be live on Yawkey Way with the Red Sox president and CEO Larry Lucchino to preview the home opener. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on Nesson and on 93.7 WEEI FM. Dennis and Callahan, most listened to morning show in New England. One out in the second inning with a runner at first, and Shane Victorino, the batter, singled to center field and scored the Red Sox second run. Dickey last year recording career highs in wins with 20 innings pitched to lead the National League with 232 2/3. And the 2.73 ERA. It's in there for a strike, 1-1. And back-to-back one-hitters last year as well. Against Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Two good offensive teams. Part of interleague play last year. Here's his 40th pitch, and that's fouled off. 1-2.
I was asked this morning about when Tim Wakefield was pitching whether he preferred outside or inside. And Wakefield, I always thought, preferred inside domes. He had great games down in Tampa Bay, up here in Toronto, where they were domes. He always seemed to enjoy pitching in the domes, but when you have that wind against you, that's when the knuckler really dances a lot.
Well, Dickey's starting to figure it out. Strikes out Victorino.
I don't think it would affect Dickey as much as it did Wakefield, because he throws a harder knuckleball than Tim did. And you see the strikeout, knuckleball here away from Victorino. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
Pedroia fouling it off for strike one. Singled to right field in the first inning and scored the third Red Sox run. Yeah, I always thought that the conditions would be more of a help, but it was always tough to tell whether wind in his face was better or wind in his back was better.
Exactly.
0-2. Last season 4-0 for Dickey with a 1.22 earned run average pitching in domes. Inside. Up high, 1-2. Luis Rivera, former Red Sox infielder, alongside the manager John Gibbons. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and Pedroia strikes out. Dickey calms down for the second inning, but the Red Sox are out to a very good start.